What's going on? Peace, 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 family. You are now tuned in to G Consciousness. Man, do we got a lot of things going on this Sabbath dealing with these brothers that say they keep Sabbath. Black Hebrew Israelite devils in the community. Black Hebrew Israelite devils in the community. And we are definitely dealing with cult members. And we're going to show y'all a little bit of that today. And what the deal is. What's going on with these brothers. Now, basically I'm sharing this. So make sure y'all also share and put this in the chat rooms, Twitter, and all this and that, because we got some things we want to deal with today amongst these brothers and these pillars that we see within the Black Hebrew Israelite community, as well as Divine Ron Prospect, and also these other devils, Tazariak, these One West. And for y'all that know me, y'all can see these brothers on my pages out there screaming, against the Africans and also against other cultures of people. Now, what we must realize is that these people are worse, or I wouldn't say worse, but work with white supremacy. And we're going to prove that today and show you that. We're going to prove that. Any people that is anti-African is with white supremacy. That's just bottom line. Any people that are able to talk about your children, as a brother did today, we're going to mention his name. This brother gets up in front of the church and teaches like T.D. Jakes and also looking like Eddie Long. But this brother in a hangout, well, not in a hangout, in a chat, basically talking about my children. Now, anybody, I'm going to tell y'all this so y'all can know this now, because we say it's a revolution, but the revolution is really among our own people because the sickness is there. Anybody that hates on an African person is with white supremacy. I don't care what anybody says. That's just bottom line. Now, check this out. Divine Ron Prospect, right? And I fought him because of this. Because he's going around in them Docker shirts with them slippery slacks and shiny shoes, sliding up in every Hebrew synagogue that he can get in, right? Teaching folly and promoting this anti-African group. That's what he's doing, basically. Teaching white supremacy, One West doctrine, because that's what these brothers is dealing with. And then we let these brothers get on our street corners and yell out all day long, talking about the Africans and other cultures of people. And so for the RBG brothers to say that they are riding or banging on the beast system, the very beast is on them corners talking about African brothers and sisters and our ancestors. But I ain't banging on them though, right? So the sickness is within ourselves. And Divine Ron Prospect, that weak, jellyback, false prophet, is right there with him, playing both sides. And you wonder why Minister Inky raised up the 5 fingers and was about to put the smack down on him, because the brother played both sides. Instead of dealing with these clowns that is among him, he consistently is an harbinger, because he's the Harbinger Ministries, Kingdom Harbinger. He's harbinger or harvesting or keeping these guys bundled up close to them and using them basically, instead of telling these clowns, keep your mouth closed, and also getting at them openly. I didn't want it to be personal, but when you talk about my kids, right, then I know that you will kill my kids. When you talk about my kids, then I know you will try to rape my kids. When you talk about my kids, then I know that you can do anything that's on your mind to do to a child. But these are the people that this brother Divine Ron Prospect run to and utilize these people instead of putting these people in their place. Then you got to get a sister to come out and say, hey, brother, hey, you know, I don't know what you and this brother got going on, but you should not be speaking on this brother's kids or any kids. And shouldn't anybody have to tell this brother that? He should know that. So then he lies and he says that I disrespect his people, right? When that didn't happen, this brother is openly lying. These brothers and sisters that this guy is linked up with is so radical that it's ridiculous. And nobody wants to deal with this brother in general. Let me make sure that my mic is cool, matter of fact. Make sure that my mic is cool. Give me a minute. Make sure that my mic check. People that are able to talk about church. Right. So prophet, he says that I disrespect. Right. So I'm clear, right? So bottom line is this, y'all. Ain't no way that we should allow brothers this jellyback as Divine Ron Prospect to basically be a pillar within our community, dealing with our people, especially when you cannot check those that are getting out of pocket. Then you wonder why people hate the Black Hebrew Israelites. Why? Because the things that these brothers is out there saying in the community. And remember, I was once a Black Hebrew Israelite. So I know definitely of what I was taught. I was taught to hate the Africans. I was taught to hate every other culture of people, but mainly the Africans, because they sold me unto the white man. That's what I was taught, right? So these very same brothers is who this guy is basically buddied up with, instead of telling them they folly. But he wants to mention all around, you shouldn't say that. And another thing, I don't even know why these guys add me on Facebook. Like these Black Hebrew Israelites, they add me on Facebook, but really don't like me, secretly hating on me the whole time. I don't understand that. I add them because I pick my devils. That's his bottom line. So I add them anyways. Yes, I pick my devils. I'm like Jesus when it came to Judas with it. I pick my devils. Even though I know that you sitting there plotting and scheming like a demon, I still know what you're capable of. So we got these very brothers in the community poisoning the community, and we still allow these people to be out here teaching. I don't understand that. This brother watched them talk about my kids, never mentioned anything about it, said later I inboxed him. No, brother, you should have openly said that's something that I do not stand for at all. openly, because the sister came out and did what this jellyback did not do. She came and did what he couldn't do because he afraid of the people. And anybody that know this brother is timid, and this brother allowed people around him to do anything instead of correcting them of their folly. No, we don't get down like that on this side. We tell a brother, hey, look, hey, you tripping. Ain't no way you should be talking about somebody's kids. When Garfield did that, I had to tell Garfield. It makes me wonder why we promote people that can lose their control and talk about children that have nothing to do with what me and you have to do with, and make it so bad. I didn't even cuss this brother out. I was dealing with the information. Then the brother came in looking like Eddie Long, little brother, in the pool pit, greased up with Vaseline and baby oil mixed together. He comes in talking greasy. Yes, literally greasy towards me, telling me I'm a homo. No, brother, you's a homo. In that super tight suit that you got on, trying to be TD Jake's little brother, and also Eddie Long on the smartphones. So I don't understand these brothers, man. And yes, I am flamed up. Why am I flamed up? Because these the very brothers that we sponsor, give them money to travel from city to city and can't deal with people when they in pity. I don't understand that. Can't deal with people when they in pity. When your people is misrepresenting you overall, and you sliding from synagogue and people hitting that GoFundMe, y'all should tell this brother, you need to be in the community. Stop trying to tell people that they Israelites, but tell people to get their morality stance up. Because these brothers is out of pocket, man. Then they wonder why. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Brothers going to start socking these dudes up off the corner. Why? Because it's getting to the point to where these brothers is on these corners with these nunchucks and ninja stars, shin boots, and they letting us know they ready for contact. They letting us know that. And not just against white supremacy, but they secretly doing it against the black man just as well, against the African just as well. But then want to travel in our cities and talk about they the Hebrew Israelites and read all these books talking about the Africans enslaved them. Well, we know that our ancestors did some terrible things. But number one is I am my ancestors. Because they are in me, right? So I am from the continent of Africa, and my ancestors is Africans. So when you tell me that I'm going to be basically serving you brewing up Hebrew and coffee in the kingdom, then I have a problem with that. Why? Why do I have a problem with that? Because now you have to tell me, or you have to show me, because you putting yourself in a position, right? In a position that you probably not even that, right? And to have that type of mindset of what you want somebody to do for you anyways, you should feel ashamed of yourself. You should feel ashamed of yourself, because the Bible don't teach that. The Bible teach you how you're supposed to treat those who are in servitude to you. So why are y'all teaching contrary? So listen, this brother Divine sliding around as if he is a priest, but he probably is a priest, but he is Eli the priest. And y'all know who Eli the priest is? Eli the priest was the one that was letting all his sons, those who he was waiting, that was ministering in the tabernacle, that was taking all the tithes and offerings from the people, more than what they were supposed to, and sleeping and doing all types of stuff with the women, this same brother, Devon, allows these people to do that. Now, what's crazy is because the dude who did it, right? Let me let y'all read what this dude's name is. And if y'all go on my page, y'all can see the dude actually, because it's weird that he would even be on the trip like that. So y'all can see why I'm mad. Because when somebody say something about your kids, right? That's the worst thing that you can do to somebody is talk about their kids. That's just bottom line. You can say what you want to say about me, but when you talk about my kids, and not just that, I have a problem when I see other people talk about people's kids, because it's just not right. If you're talking about somebody's kids and telling them that they can go to hell, or you hope they die, or this and that, something is seriously wrong with you. And Devon, I believe something is wrong with you, brother, because you sat there, you didn't say nothing to that brother, and you should have openly said, brother, I don't know what your problem is, but you don't talk about nobody's kids. And what's so crazy is that I can give y'all the whole conversation. I told that brother when he called me a homo, I said, you the one looked like TD Jakes / Eddie Long. So you can't say nothing about me, brother. And I said, I'm not even finna indulge in this conversation. And immediately this brother get to talking about my kids being faggots and looking like faggots and carrying on. What kind of stuff, what kind of people is being raised up here is the first thing. And for y'all that know this brother Divine Ron Prospect in the community, y'all know I blame this brother. Why do I blame him? Because he's a pillar in the community, and you would think that he will address such matters, but he has not. This brother has actually used these people to slander me when I was only dealing with this brother's information. So when his information is being tested, he reach over and start doing weak things like jellyback pastors do anyways. This brother ain't got a hard spot within his spine at all. I don't understand, man. If your people is your backbone, I don't know what else to say about you, brother. If those wicked people that you're dealing with, that you're running to is your backbone, you got a serious problem, brother. A serious problem. But yet it's still, we don't see the problem. Because one minute, he probably, when he go over there to the Comedics, telling how unlearned y'all Hebrews is. And then the next minute, he over there to y'all talking about the Comedics. See, this is ridiculous. But for anybody to know, this is this guy. This is this guy. And to be honest, I mean, we can debate all day and have a discussion, but to be honest, the real matter, and this is not a joking matter, when you got these brothers that go up on Sinetta's show, or Sinetta's TV show, and they be doing these things. And no one is addressing that. It's all fun and games to them. All fun and games. All fun and games to them. This needs to be addressed, people. It needs to be addressed. The Black Hebrew Israelite movement needs to be addressed. And y'all see why we going so hard. Why we going hard? Because we only doing what you other brothers is afraid to do, man. That's why we doing it. We only doing what brothers is afraid to do, and that's cross that line. Because these brothers, they don't want to cross that line. But when you got brothers that's out here damning people's kids, and people doing whatever they need to do as a family person to take care of their kids, and you got ignorant people like Divine Ron Prospect and this other brother doing the wickedness that they doing, and wicked Israelites that he never did with on his page. And I've never cussed any one of them out. Never. I called them foolish woman or foolish women. You know why? Because Anytime you got a woman that come in and start disrespecting the man when I never said anything to them, but dealt with Divine's information. He said, I'm stalking him. If y'all only knew the stuff I had to put up with this clown, right, beforehand, when every time he will peek around and be popping up on my stuff, speaking up on what I'm doing, calling me a type of Christian or whatever the case may be, knowing that this clown don't want to see me when it comes to these scriptures. And anything that's from 70 AD on to the Atlantic slave trade, this brother don't really want it. Because you know why? Because he don't want to show y'all that history that took place during that time. Why? Because he going to keep slipping around with bow ties and with those, what is those things? Fringes, fringed up, bringing forth fringe work, with those knots and tied up fringes on his side with safety pins. He's going to keep on doing it. Going to keep on doing it. But y'all allow him to do it. Come into the community and y'all pay for this brother to go from state to state, bringing trash from state to state, basically. Deuteronomy 28, ridiculous, man. These brothers is ridiculous, and nobody is doing anything about these radical clowns that this brother is raising them up. Talking about he on the front line in Baltimore. He on the front line in Baltimore. If y'all need some more footage, we need to put that footage out. Go fund me so we can get the rest of the footage out. You on the front line with a camera phone and you want somebody to pay for some footage? This is ridiculous, man. Then talking about, and then the situation with Lamar Odom came out. I think I'm going to address the issue because he's a Black Hebrew Israelite. And then I think they did something to him. But when the brother made it through, when Lamar Odom made it through, what happened to the video that you was going to go to Sinetta and make and put forth your conspiracy theory with that velvet on your face for a mustache? What happened to that? We can call it lies through the Velcro. Because you speaking through the Velcro that's on the side of your face and lying. Right? You just lying, man. You just a liar, bro. We sick of the lies. What happened to the DNA test that you was supposed to furnish saying that you was a Black Hebrew Israelite? You still haven't came up with that. But you running around here with these fringes and safety pins with Nike socks on and Nike shoes on, and you ain't dunking on nothing. I don't understand, bro. So let's read this stuff that these clowns got going on, man. Let's show you how sensitive and sorry and pathetic these brothers is in the community. Then they think I'm supposed to, because they get in my inbox, I'm supposed to be cool. Nah, this brother talked about my kids. And God so help me, because if we was face to face, I would have told everything up that was moving, even you, Divine Ron Prospect. So, brother, you better get your family. Because if you don't, ain't no going state to state at all, brother. Ain't none of that. I'm just letting you know. Because about my kids, I will tear everything up that is moving, bro. And I promise, yo. And that's a threat and a promise. And I will go to the grave due to the fact of someone talking about my kids. So I want you to know that. That is a threat and that's a promise. Check your peoples. Because that's going to lead to it getting personal, somebody getting hurt. Because if I can't get to him, I'm going to have to get to whatever's close to me. Ain't no going around teaching classes and thinking everything good with these fringes on. I'm going to rip those off and we're going to get it popping. Because you don't talk about my kids, and I am fed up behind that because you just don't understand. And not only do you don't talk about my kids, you don't talk about kids in general. Because I'm telling you, that is the worst thing that you can do. And just thinking about it makes me want to drive my hands through you. I'm telling you, bro. Don't ever anybody talk about any kids in front of me, because I will be ready to hurt. I'm just keeping it real. And you can say I'm carnal or whatever the case may be, but you drove me to this level. You drove me to this level. Because I told you, let's not get personal. Let's keep it informational. But brothers don't want to critique their information. They want to get personal. So it got to get that way. That's just bottom line. Any one of you brothers, man, I'm telling y'all, man, talk about my kids one more time, bro, it's going to be problems. Anybody that try to take up for somebody that talked about my kids, I promise you, and that's ain't no going around preaching and teaching, none of that. That's going to be over with. I'm sorry. That's going to be done. I'm sorry. Because you don't talk about nobody's kids and their family. Because you don't know the struggle that I do every day to take care of my kids. And I will bleed and go to the ground behind those kids, as I know that God bled for those kids just as well. So stop playing games. Not unless you're willing to take your thing. You say I'm a hater. No, I'm hating on your information. Critique your information. Come out and deal with it. Let's not get personal. Don't be up in my inbox now trying to make it cool. No, it's not cool. This brother just talked about my kids. Ain't no going up there, TD Jaking nothing on Sunday, on the Sabbath day, and you talked about my kids. Because it'll be that suit that you got on that I'm whooping your behind in. You seen when Benny Hinn was beating them people with that suit like that? Ooh, it's going to be worse than that. Ain't no dude, you going to think you cool and everything. No, don't talk about my kids. That's his bottom line. And I'm pretty sure that my family's saying that. So ain't no passing through here or nothing if you want to take your third. It's just keeping it real. Because I'm not going to play with you brothers at all, man. At all. And anybody out there that got something to say to that, then you are endorsing them talking about my kids. So I got a problem with you too. You could talk about anything else. But when you talk about my kids, you could talk about me like a dog, which I allowed y'all to do that. I told the brother I wasn't even going to indulge in that. I've been telling you brothers, I'm not finna indulge in y'all insults. But you got your women getting out of pocket, saying that they keeping the law, but they rebellious as hell. And yeah, I am definitely pissed off to the max. To the max. Because ain't nobody finna be standing on no corners and they disrespectful. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to be like your brother polite. No, I'm going to cross that line, bro. I'm going to cross that line. That's his bottom line. I'm going to go over the line. And when I go over that line, I don't care who it is, somebody going to get tore up. And from then on, ain't no more preaching no corners. Ain't no more. That's over with. That's over with. Because you're going to quit talking about my kids. And you should never endorsed it in the first place. That's bottom line. And I don't want to hear nothing. Nobody got nothing to say to me. Give me 7 days and leave me alone. Give me 7 days. And I should be all right. But right now, I'm pissed to the max. So holler at me in 7. Don't holler at me before then. Don't be in my inbox. Don't say, I don't want to hear nothing from no Black Hebrew Israelite at all. Because I'm pissed off and I'm about ready to hurt somebody. Straight up. So I told you in the first place, Divine, don't go, brother. Because see, you brothers, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that I'm the toughest because I will fall. But somebody going to fall too. But bottom line is this, bro. I told you, stop tagging them folks because they got radical spirits on them. And I haven't came at you personal, not once, but just told you to start, let's deal with your information, bro. Been contesting your information. And that's all I've been doing. And brothers been getting mad at that. I ain't came and said anything that I should never said about your information. Yes, I study my op. You're op to me. I study you. You know why? Because you bring it forth falseness. So therefore, I have to make sure I go and correct that crap that you put forth. That hefty bag of trash that you hauling around state to state. I had to deal with that. Yeah, so I'm just saying, bottom line, bro. I don't play no games when it comes towards my kids at all. And that is a threat and that is a promise. And I'm just keeping it 100, keeping it real. If anybody got a problem with that, they need to check themselves, because you will be the same way or feeling the same way like I'm feeling now. Because you should not be speaking on my children at all. So this needs to be addressed in the community, because I have heard brothers say stuff about people's kids, and I have said something about that and told them, brother, I don't care what happened, you don't speak on kids that have nothing to do. You don't speak on the babies. You don't curse the babies. You don't speak on the babies. And that's just real talk. I don't know if anybody understand that. So I'm passionate about this, right? Passionate about this. Hey, look, that's one of the ways that you can make somebody really hurt you. Really hurt you. So it's about the information. Why you want to take it somewhere else and cause that entity or that demon to influence us to get on another level, knowing that you ain't gonna be going from state to state, knowing that this brother that talked about my kids or these people that's coming at me like this is gonna be able to be on these corners at all, because it will be a war. And I'm pretty sure the other people that are Africans are not gonna stand for it and let y'all be out there doing it either, because it's not gonna happen. Because you're sitting out there working with white supremacy, hating on Africans, and really hating on everybody, basically. So yeah, man, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, I can't really say nothing else, man. Let me read this stuff and show these clowns. So yeah, I'm definitely pissed off about it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be, because that should have never took place. And every time this brother Divine, he knew exactly what he was doing, because every time that his information was getting dealt with, the first thing he'd do is go ask them brothers for some help, knowing that these brothers is radical like they did. So he knew already what would happen. But I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you right now, I don't care how many people you think you got with you. I don't care how many you got with you. I'm telling you right now, bro, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen, and it's not gonna work, bro, at all. It's gonna be an uncomfortable situation, real uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. The worst thing that can be uncomfortable is when you know that you out talking to somebody, and basically, you know that you didn't did some dirt, and somebody really after you. That's the worst thing, man. That's the worst thing, is to be out talking to somebody and you got enemies. So I don't understand these brothers, man. I don't understand why would you even endorsing that instead of telling that. But ain't no openly, brother. You supposed to openly correct that, brother, because if he can openly do that stuff like that, then he need to be corrected openly, so people can know where you stand at. Nobody knows where you stand at. Nobody knows where you stand at. So yeah, it's not a game, bro, at all. Not a game. Y'all know how I feel already. Y'all know how I feel about it. I done told y'all how I feel about it. If y'all don't like what I say, you brothers can delete me up off y'all page. And y'all haven't did that yet. Why? Because y'all love drama. That's why. Now, when I told y'all it's just about the information, just deal with the information. Why you got to be calling these dudes, man, knowing that these dudes get out of pocket and say stuff that they shouldn't be saying, man? That's just bottom line. It's just like me calling people on you knowing that they're going to get out of pocket. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I know already that if I call certain people on you, they not coming to get out of pocket with words. The killer's coming out. That's just bottom line. You know, they coming out because people watching. And I'm pretty sure it's the same way, the other way around. But, like I say, it should be about, you know, what it is. But you're not finna be talking about my kids, man, bottom line, because I'll be ready to touch everything moving. Everything moving, man. Everything moving. So you're not finna be doing that. Everything, this opposition will get touched. I'm telling you. That's one thing you shouldn't be doing, man. And if one of my guys would have said that, I would have had to look at them sideways and would have had to check them open. Like, hey, brother, that's one thing that you shouldn't be doing. You don't talk about people's kids, bro, because if you talking about their kids, then you talk about mine when you get mad. You know, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous, man. You know, then my family, they got to see that stuff. And then when they see that stuff, that's, man, I'm telling you. So bottom line, man, don't tag me in your little stuff. What I write on my page is my page, bro. You ain't even got to go put it back on your page. You did that for a reason because you wanted that response. You wanted that response. That's what you wanted. So I'm telling you now, bro. You know, and I'm pretty sure because I know that what's called was put in a position where somebody was talking about his family and he responded the way he responded. So you can't get mad. One of the brothers who's very looked at highly in the community. You can't get mad because I'm responding the way I'm responding. Because anybody will respond that way about their family. Especially when I told y'all it's just about the information. I've been saying that this whole time. And the reason why I've been getting personal here and there, because you've been sending people my way. Brothers been inboxing me, talking crazy to me, openly talking crazy on the page. And not one time did you check them. But as soon as I say something to them, call them fools or something like that, you own me though. See, that's hypocritical. Then want to be in my inbox talking about, let's not do this openly. We can discuss. No, brother, no, bro. This why this brother wanted to slap you. I see why he wanted to slap you now. I see why Inky wanted to slap you, bro. Because it's evident, man. The way you move is just like evident. You get to tell me I'm stalking you, tell me I'm trying to get a name off of you, brother. I know the same people you know. I deal with the same people you deal with. So if I wanted to get a name, I know I could have been got a name. That's not what we do, bro. I could have been got a name. I know the same people that you know, bro. So just stop talking about my family, man. Straight up. And this is the reason why I hate the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, man. Because these brothers ain't good for our community, man. Not at all. Not at all. They're not good for the community, man. That's just bottom line. You know? Bottom line. You know? So this is the reason why I do what I do and I bang on it like I bang on it. Because I know what it is. I've been telling y'all since the beginning. Let's just deal with the information, you know? Brothers don't want to do that. Then when I start flipping out and getting out of pocket, then I'm in the wrong. Now, how I'm in the wrong? When I done told y'all brothers to quit playing in the first place. Stop sending your band of prophets of Baal at me and all of that. Because any one of my guys is getting at you, they basically posting scriptures. But you got these cuckoos coming in here that you noticed there, and you telling them to deal with me. And they are dealing with me in a manner to where it's faulty. Then people tell me I don't see divine got part in that. Hypocritical people, man. That's why I don't take you brothers serious, man. I can't take you brothers serious, man. I can't. So all the little slick stuff that you do, divine, I used to have respect for you, bro. I lost that respect, man. 7 days it might be back, but right now, bro, it's hot. It's hot. And I'm about ready to just start going out anyways, just going on man, I'm telling you, just socking every Hebrew Israelite that I see just on the strength. The foulness just behind it. Because that's how you make it, bro. That's how you make it. That's how you make it. I'm just saying, let's not make it like that. I told y'all in the first place, be easy. Brothers want to get to tripping and on some other stuff. But yeah, you push it, you overdo it, and then you in my inbox and this. No, bro, no. These guys talked about my kids, man. Talked about my kid. Then you got Tyrus Barnes. This dude named Tyrus Barnes. Look this dude up, man. This dude is on stage with the biggest. What's that? Look like a soccer patch on, or what is that? Sorority patch with a suit on, man. And he's in front of probably a congregation. And this brother straight talking about my kids, man. Let me show y'all what this brother put, man, matter of fact. And the divine, he just the whole time just taking up for it. You know what I'm saying? Taking up for it. He think it's a game, man. I don't care how hard you think you is. Bro, ain't no going nowhere. Ain't no going nowhere. Ain't no moving around. None of that. I'm telling y'all that right now. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm telling you that right now. That's not going to happen. Let me show y'all what this brother posted, man. And this brother ain't got to get on none of my posts. None of them. And when I ever got on that brother's post, I was dealing with the information. He come in, he ain't bringing no information. Why? Because he don't have none. He watering down the text, watering down information. Man, it didn't ask me why I'm making it personal. Oh, yeah, it's personal. You didn't talk about my kids. You didn't talk about my kids. It's definitely personal. It's really personal. Watch what this brother say, man. Where is it at? What does it say? Then this brother got a video. His name is Tyrus Barnes. It's Tyrus Barnes, Barnes. Man, looking like a milk dud with this sorority patch on him, looking like TDJ, Eddie Long style. He says, the video is, I will not be silenced from sharing the message of identity. You probably can YouTube it and look it up. But he's on Facebook. He has like 87 likes and 6.3 thousand views. So he's 6.3K views. So he has a lot of views. Then he's up here again. Ron Shield. You can see he hit the like button. So he's basically he right there with him. This is what he says though. Check what he says. He says, Tyrus Barnes. I'm with it. I will be responding by your faggot looking kids. You got the right one. I got their pics. Now it's your move. Right? So the sister come in, she say, and shouts out to the sister because she did come in and check him. And then somebody else came in and checked him too and was like, wow, like, dude, like, you talking about people's kids? Like, and then this jellyback Ron Divine Prospect couldn't even do nothing. He didn't even say anything. Jellyback, man. These brothers get around these dudes and get to thinking they stay tough, man. Telling you, man, I'm gonna have to call Inky up, man. Tell Inky, man, Inky, go ahead and slap that brother, man. He says, I don't care. I mean, she says, I don't care how you feel about this man or what disagreements you may have. But for you to retaliate by saving his kids' pictures is suspect to me. Now, she even saying, what type of clown will come in, start saving pictures of your kids and talking about your kids? This sister had enough sense to say, that's suspect to me. I'm telling y'all right now, man, when you got dudes is talking about your children, I'm telling y'all, watch y'all kids, man. Because I could never do that, man. I could never sit there and talk about somebody's kids, man. She said that's suspect. So these brothers ain't even looking like that. They coming in talking about what I'm doing. Not one of them looked and said, brother, like, I don't know what's up with you, bro, but what you just said about this man's kids was weird. Like, it was serious, really weird. And this brother up in front of thousands of people probably teaching, which I can see why our people is in the condition that we in. Because they teaching this hate, man. They teaching it. So the children ain't knowing this. They been taught this. And y'all can say all day long, well, LaRon deal with the white man. I do deal with the white man. I just don't deal with white supremacy. But yeah, if you of the like mind that I am of, then you know you got black devils just like you got white devils and any other devil. So bottom line, if this is devilish, this is just devilish. And nobody dealing with it. Nobody saying nothing about it. And I wish somebody would bring up the situation that happened with Carl Lambert, because I expressed that to Basim. I said, Basim, man, you still should never did that. That's just bottom line. If y'all got beef with each other, deal with it amongst each other. Why are you talking about people's parents? And Israel Doctrine did the same thing too to this brother. So it's both ways. If I had beef with you, which I had no beef with this brother, but with this clown's information, and this clown sits up there and allows these folks to talk about my kids, man. I'm talking about, man, I don't know, man. That's why y'all can imagine. And you can say what you want to say, how you feel about me. I don't care what you think or what you're saying, but it is what it is, because you're not going to talk about my kids. This is bottom line. Because if I was there, it would have took me everything and everybody to get up off you. Because I'm just saying, man. So I don't know if the brother got kids, but if you got kids and you out there and you listening in, you can imagine how I feel right about now. You don't speak on anybody's kid. Especially, I ain't even cussed this brother out. I ain't called this brother no type of this and that. Yeah. When I started getting saying personal things, it's because I seen that you was putting me out there so these guys can attack me. Not information-wise, because I will engage information-wise. I have no problem with that. I stated that before. Put your information out there. When the sister Felicia was putting her information out there, I was with that. I'm like, go ahead. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's deal with this information. But then this brother cannot take anybody critiquing this information, and he want to get extra soft. He already soft, and he want to get extra soft. Just don't understand it, man. So you get these super nerds that just don't know how to stay in their boundaries because people like nerdy people because they do their homework for them. I'm not the one though, man. Straight up. And I'm pretty sure some of those other brothers is not the one. And if y'all is not the one, y'all will have enough sense to tell this brother and say, brother, you know, I don't care if you don't like that brother, but man, when you start talking about this brother's kids, I have to start eyeing you down and looking funny at you, dog. Because you shouldn't be talking about this brother's kids. I understand. I wouldn't let nobody else do it around me. Friends, family, or whoever. You just not going to do it. Flat out. Flat out. So, I mean, this is just not, this shouldn't be going on. So, yeah, man, bear with me for a minute. Because I am heated. I'm heated. Because, like I say, I feel like that I told this brother, if you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to come on my page. You can block yourself. You can delete yourself. I'm not going to delete you. I'm going to keep you around because I'm going to keep drilling your information. And it seems to me that these brothers don't want to deal with the information no more. They want to get personal. And this ain't the first time that somebody was basically talked about and threatened. From my understanding, I think Vocab was threatened. But I don't know if his kids was threatened, but you threatening my kids. Are you saying stuff about my kids? Because you want to ride for Divine Ron Prospect. Well, that ain't riding for him. That's only going to get that boy in some trouble. That's what's going to happen. Because I'm telling y'all right now, anything happened to my kids, anything, or anything happened to me, there is no more preaching on the corners anymore. That's over with. That's over with. I'm telling y'all that right now. I don't care how much pork y'all eat, how much fat you got on your neck, how much lamb you eat, whatever. I don't care how much you say you eat, how much shields and swords you come out with, knee pads, hockey masks. I don't care what you come out with. You ain't no posting up on no corners at all. None of that. That's over with. Ain't no going to no events, no conferences. That's over with. And brothers been warning y'all about that stuff, and y'all consistently still doing it. I'm going to tell you now, I go to war for these kids. I die for these kids. And I'm not just talking about my kids. That's anybody's kid. If I see anybody speaking on these kids, on the babies, on the precious babies, I'm going to war. I ain't talking about these overgrown clowns that's in the street already doing whatever they want to do, but I'm talking about these babies. That's just bottom line. So that's why I stay out the way. That's why I stay working a job. Because Lord help me, I'm not the same type of breed of cloth that these brothers is. I'm not going to stand by and let anybody harm a child in front of my face. Now, these overgrown clowns, hey, you can get whatever. Hey, look, I don't know what they out here doing anyway. They probably the ones who are the problems in the streets. They probably the ones who are going to end up gunning down or shooting children, as we seen it happen the beginning of this year and last year when people were shooting in houses and killing little innocent babies. So yeah, man, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. Yeah, so 7 days, man, don't say nothing to me. Don't be in my inbox trying to work it out. Nah, at this point in time right now, I don't want to work nothing out. I'm smelling blood right now. I don't want to work nothing. Don't be in my inbox, or else you're going to get some words that you might not want to get. So I suggest y'all tell Lil Ron and his little pals, his buddies, they better calm it all the way down and stick to what they do best on them. Hey, look, on them stages or whatever the case may be. But I'm pretty sure if you got kids, you'll be feeling like how I'm feeling. And you can say I'm carnal, but at this point, I don't even care. Because I'm telling y'all right now, the only thing that's going to help me right now is the hand of God. So y'all pray for me. Because the way these brothers said certain things about my children, and not just that, brothers in the past, man, hey, look. So yeah, it is what it is though, man. But ain't none of that. So yeah, so that's what was said, and let's read Divine Ron Prospect's response. Let's read his response to it, and what he said, what he had to say about it. Because he said some BS. He said some BS. Let's see where it's at. Instead of him saying something, he say, and he should have came out in the first place. And I told that brother that his soldiers is real radical. That he need to get his soldiers. And then even Bruce Davis was like, this is one thing that pisses me off. Leave people's kids out of this. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Vance J. Hawkins Jr. Vance J. Hawkins Jr. He say, LaRon, you're not even acting Christian, bruh. Any disputes you have with Ron should be behind closed doors, not gossiping and showing out in public. You should be better than that. Even you perceive someone else isn't. Now, I've been dealing with this brother's information out in public because I feel if this brother is coming out and putting out information out in public, then he should be willing to engage out in public concerning his information. And that's all I've been trying to tell that brother, man. He get to inviting these G soldiers or whoever these little guys is. And this dude Vance, instead of him saying and addressing the situation, he didn't say anything about, yeah, that brother should never did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing that you do not do. Even though I'm against what y'all doing, but that's something that you do not do. Then he goes on, I say, bro, you can get off my page for real. Because I ain't never even, listen, I don't request these dudes. These dudes be requesting me to be my friends. I don't request these dudes. Right? So I'm like, you can get off my page. I'm not going to erase you. I want you around. I pick my devils. Right? So then he say, I could, but as your brother, I should and will hold you to a higher standard. No, you couldn't possibly be my brother, because if you was my brother, you would have said, you know what, brother? You would have inboxed me and came to me and was like, I totally disagree with what that brother did, openly said that, and then inboxed me and came to me. You didn't do that. You tried to put me on Front Street so you could be in cool standards with Divine Prospect. Ron Parsley. That's what you did. So then only the sister spoke out, and another somebody else spoke out and was like, nah, that's just something you just don't do. Like, she straight off the flip, like, that's kind of suspect that you did that. Like, for any mother that have children and you know how mother hold to their children dear, to hear somebody say something like that, that don't make people think what type of manner of people did we dealing with her? That should make people think. That should strike a nerve in somebody when you hear somebody talking about somebody's kids. That should strike you. You should be like, man, dude, you straight tripping and you out of pocket. Or if it's a woman, lady, you straight out of pocket. You talking about this man's family, you out of pocket. Either you've been drinking on some scissor or you is off the influence of Mystery Babylon to the toughest. So you got people that's looking and they say, wow, what a weak coward move. Because it's weak, man. So then he say, I'm not co-signing Tyrus. I don't know that dude, but don't slander Ron. But by attaching his name to the action himself, every man is responsible for himself. No, Ron is the problem. Ron is the root. It's just like when Christ was looking at the tree and he cursed it from the root on up. Ron is the problem because Ron, little Ron, should have addressed that properly. And he shouldn't have put me in there with them wolves anyways, unless they was going to bring information out. Don't put me in there with the wolves when I just told you I'm dealing with the information. And not only that is, y'all know how I used to get it in these back rooms and get into it with these dudes. And y'all know that I came up out of a lot of that stuff. But then y'all go and put me right back in the mix of that when I just was telling brothers I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on something different. So now you want to put me back in the mix again. So no, brother, bottom line is don't try to protect Lil Ron. You should have basically checked that brother, say, Ron, you a pillar in the community, man. Don't put that dude in there like that. I respect Mighty Hebrew because Mighty Hebrew told me the other day, y'all gonna have to work that out. I need to talk to you brothers this weekend. But right now, Mighty Hebrew, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I ain't trying to hear nothing right now at all. But he definitely said that. I respect brother Nasi Yashavel. Even though we have differences, I still respect that brother because that's another brother that said that if anybody, what he'd do for his family. So, I mean, I'm not in the wrong for saying what I'm saying. I'm just telling you, and that's just anybody's kids. I would be mad if I seen somebody. I don't care if you can be the biggest dude. You could be the Obama. And you talking about somebody's kid. I'm like, hold on, bro. Like, you tripping. Where your mind at? So let's watch how this dude respond. He said, no, you can't shake your own responsibility when it comes to this either. He said that I'm running from a formal debate and peer review. I've never ran from this boy Divine. Never. And then here go Divine, the Ron. No, you are LaRon G. Constance. No, you are LaRon G. Constance as in regards to being the root of. But I said Divine is the root. He said, no, you are LaRon. He says, I don't even mention you in anything I do. And if so, it's private behind the scenes. Now he lying, openly lying, knowing that this brother just tagged some information that I was dealing with this brother on. And he has done this previous of times. And tagged me in the information. And didn't make it so bad. I used to write stuff and dealing with his information and never tagged him. Because I didn't want to bother the brother. I was just dealing with his information. If he look at it, he look at it. But then he tells me, LaRon, you could have tagged me in this, man. Don't be doing stuff behind my back. So then when I start tagging this clown, this itchy bird fella starts to get contradictory and saying, stop tagging me, you trolling me. No, brother. I don't have to get no name off of you. You're a nobody for reals. I I deal with Team Osiris. I deal with the Amun-Ra squad. I don't have to get a name off of you, bruh. Those people have more followers than you. So why do I need a name off of you, bruh? I don't have to. But I will tell you this. I bet you in the community, people know me as to be solid than you. Because you know why, Divine? Because you don't have no standpoint. You give people solutions, but you don't give them, I mean, you give people the pollution, but you don't give them the solutions. That's not what I do, bro. I tell everybody know LaRon gonna tell you how he feel. Everybody know that. Everybody know Divine, a little Ron, L-I-L, Ron, yeah. He gonna tell you basically what you want to feel. Or how he wants you. He gonna persuade you to madness, to foolishness. You only tell the people what makes them feel good instead of the truth. But then you talk about Christians, though. How can you talk about Christians when you're going around lying to these black Hebrew Israelites about Deuteronomy 28? Lying to these people about the history that was in between and skipping over thousands of years of history and jumping right to the Atlantic slave trade. Telling people that they black Hebrew Israelites. Then talking about we shouldn't trust DNA, but then you talking about that you got a DNA test and it traces back to one of those tribes over there and you still doing the triangular study. And then you erase that post. But I'm a phony. And then when a sister came at me that do not like you, telling me all types of crazy. I told that sister, I said, sister, do you believe in Christ? Because I'm just trying to deal with this brother's information. I don't want nothing that he do in his personal life or none of that. I don't care about none of that. It's about this brother's information. That's it. I have a problem with your information. So therefore, you openly teaching it. I should be able to openly confront it and engage in you with that. Shouldn't be a problem, bro. But you get to bringing these clowns around me with all this cotton on and with these heavy birds talking crazy. Then make it so bad. You screenshotting my shot, you screenshotting my stuff as far as my personal face. I ain't screenshotting you. I got the inboxes. And if I did screenshot you, I'm gonna be screenshotting them feet of yours, bro. With them slippery shoes that you be wearing. That's what I'll be screenshotting, looking like a weirdo. I'll be screenshotting that Velcro on your face. But yeah, man, so, I mean, dude, like, for reals, man, like, this is ridiculous, man. Let me read the rest of this stuff. LaRon, you know you have disrespected sisters on my page as well, bro. Lying. I called them sisters foolish because they was acting foolish and they need to stay in their place. And reason why I called them foolish because they came out and was talking crazy about me, which made me respond and say these are foolish women. Now you want to keep it. Now you want it to be peaceful. Now you want it to be peaceful. And then here goes Dwayne Davis. How is Divine Ron Shields connected to what this brother said about your children? Never one time did he address what the brother said, he jumped straight to that point instead of saying, well, y'all need to cut that out. And Divine, man, hey, look, brother, let me holler at you for a minute about this. So you got brothers is looking at this and they like, this is ridiculous, man. Then you got this dude, Tyrus Barnes. These is the dudes that these guys are liking everything that they doing. Instead of putting them in position and saying, man, this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, man, bottom line. So yeah, I made a couple of comments due to the fact of Divine coming in consistently getting personal instead of dealing with the information. So yeah, I got personal back when I made the Ron Shields ain't fooling me just because he got the kufi and the itchy bird teaching Black Hebrew Israelite theology. He's still a Baptist deacon in church socks. Yeah, I did that because the brother was clowning around. Yeah, the masses of people love darkness rather than light, especially when a false leader guides them. Yeah, I made that because this brother was consistently doing the little things that I told this brother, let's not get personal, let's deal with the information. I've been consistently saying that to Itchy Bird the whole time. I even said in the video that we did a blog talk on BEC. We did the blog talk Thursday. It wasn't even my ideal to even address the brother's information because I got tired of dealing with the brother due to the fact of him giving me over to these wolves instead of dealing with my information or dealing with the things I was trying to critique that he was dealing with. So bottom line, man, it's no hate there. I'm just trying to deal with your information. You openly lying, so let me openly prove that you is lying about your information. You giving people cheat codes. That's what you're doing. And I'm telling people, nah, bro, that's not sound and correct. And people that's what we dealing with. So yeah, it got to go another level. Why we got to turn up now? Because you're talking about my children and you allowing people and you're not saying anything about it. So yeah, you with them. You with them. You ain't saying nothing against them. So yeah, you with them. This is like when Bambaataa, African Bambaataa, did what he did, and KRS-One basically saying certain things, but ain't speaking against it. You with him then, KRS-One? So you with him, Divine? You guilty by association because you didn't speak on it, and you the one gave me to the wolves. But even the predators can get preyed on. Because as I told y'all, I'm a lion. Feed me wolves that run in packs. I don't care nothing about that. Whether if it's information or something else. I'd rather for it to be information because that's what I'm about. Bring your weak information. Every Black Hebrew Israelite that you got out here, feed them to me. Bring me the alpha. Because I'm telling you right now, the doctrine that I done heard from you guys is ridiculous, and I done dealt with it. And so because I done dealt with it, and because I used to be a Black Hebrew Israelite, I know how to deal with you brothers. Is that what you afraid of? You wanted to debate me when it was on Garfield's channel. I told you I didn't want to do it on Garfield's channel, and I wanted to debate you on how do you feel you are a Black Hebrew Israelite, and on Deuteronomy 28. Is it literal or is it not? See, you can't rock with titles like that. Why? Because you know that you're going to lose. And it's not about you losing. It's just about exposing your folly. Yeah, brother, 7 days, man. don't say nothing to me. No black Hebrew Israelite better not say nothing to me at all about anything this. Because I'm not trying to hear it at all. At all. Because I told y'all, man, these brothers is radical and they disrespectful. Disrespecting people's kids. That's bottom line. So then he got this brother that's in my inbox named Jake Matu Yohannes. He say, tell your friend Mike and all your Christian buddies to stop effing with me. I tell his brother, abide by the rules of the group, bruh, and you should do well. He say, don't mess with me or don't F with me. Y'all don't know who you effing with. I say, bruh. He say, the white man ain't gonna protect you. I say, right. Then he say, I put in work. That's what he say. He said, I put in work. So I say, well, listen, if you put in work, I got a lot that need to be done if you are for hire. That's if he's willing to work on a Sabbath day too. So, I mean, and then when I title it, I say Ron's theology is under the microscope. I'm just dealing with this dude information. And so when we did the class and we taught on it, it was information. So I realized that the brother was getting personal, saying personal things. So I slick a little joke in, but for the most part, that's how we always have done. But now you on some BS now. You on some bull stuff. So now he know that his information is up under the microscope. Now he want to get all fidgety and girly now. But I'm trolling him. No, brother, it's always been about the information. So then I even say that this Ron Parsley parsed the scriptures very good. I said that the brother parsed the scriptures. He did a great job, but it seems to me he ended up in some folly. And that's the part that I dealt with. Because it seems to me you will do a great job, outstanding, parsing the scriptures, parsing the text, the Hebrew. Ron Parsley style. But then you get off into the BS, the bull stuff. So that's what we was dealing with. He allows this other clown to come in as if we was just on the rampage when we was really just dealing with this brother's information. This is what we talking about. So then I even deal with something else. This dude said the gospel of the kingdom is different from the gospel of Christ. Shaking my head. And so then I put forth scriptures. Do you know that any one of these clowns did not come forth to contest anything that I put forth? Because they don't want to come with the scriptures. They want to come with the rhetoric. They want to come with the clowning around, because when you beat them up with scriptures, they want to try to go on another level then. So this is the way this is going, right? And it didn't have to go this way. It didn't have to, because I told this brother, man, every Monday we do Christian versus Black Hebrew Israelites. We dealing with the information, y'all. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with the information. But then when you had your debate, it was basically, was Hebrew theology or Hebrew ideology better than Christianity for the liberation of our people? But then when brothers come and start trying to contest that and deal with your information and put the VS on it versus, then it's a problem because I'm doing. Why? Because I know you in and out. That's why. And I don't mean like the restaurant. So we've been dealing with Deuteronomy 28. We go in, we smash a war of swordsman. We smash him so bad, he say he can't even think straight. So we telling this brother Divine, if you say you got the sauce, come on out. And you ain't got to come out to me, because like I say, you ain't never got to ever come out. I'm still gonna deal with your information after the 7 days. Who gonna stop me? So we've been dealing with this every Monday. Don't know anything about this brother. Never got personal about this brother. Never talked about his family. This brother has talked about me as being a family man, and I still laughed it off. Because he said I'm starter. You didn't. Every chance he got was at that synagogue getting at them Pharisees and scribes and Sadducees. But you mad because I'm getting at you, right? And I ain't even in your synagogue. You all up in my spot, on my page, worried about what I'm doing. So now we see what it is now. Because I told y'all, if y'all got a problem with what I'm dealing with, you don't have to come on my page. I'll respond. I was chilling last night about 2 a.m. in the morning. I was getting it. I was on my way up to Kansas City in the truck. And I get this doo-doo-doo. I look, guess who it is? Divine Ron Prospect responding on what we did on Thursday. And here it is Saturday morning. So now I got the, you didn't fuel me up now. I was chilling, bro. We're not chilling, son. I know you can't have these bubbles though. We're not chilling. You love your daddy? Yeah. So what you think, bro? Because somebody is talking about you and they shouldn't be talking about you. And I love you, you know? Okay, go use the toilet. Go ahead. Go ahead, hurry up. I mean, you say you want bubbles? No, you can't have them bubbles. Go ask your mama to open it up for me. Okay. My little Ron, I love you. You know? I love you. I love you, Ron. Okay. Yeah, so I love my babies. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you don't talk about nobody's babies, man. That is bottom line. And my sons would definitely miss me if anything happened to me. So, you know. So, yeah, I'm just saying, man, like, I got respect for brothers out there, man. You know, a lot of these brothers, man, I'm just keeping it honest, but a lot of these brothers, man, they make me sick, man, because they put out this information and they do the same thing that this brother just did. So, yeah, we just dealing with their information. You know? That's all we doing, man. Just dealing with brothers' information, man. If brothers can't respect that, I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. And, you know, let me look at some of these comments in here. Peace of you brothers in there. Peace of the sisters. And it is what it is. Not hate, you know, because and everything is basically out in the open, man. Everything out in the open. You know, everything is out in the open. So it's not like everything is out in the open. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I gradually, where I'm coming from. My life is there. Y'all know my full name. People know who I am. I don't hide behind nothing. You know who I am. Besides G consciousness, I'm the Ron Campbell. My stuff is clear. People know me. People know me, right? I'm not hiding behind anything. My family is on Facebook. So my life is there. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But for the most part, you know, I don't magnify nobody's mistakes over mine. But all I'm saying is do not involve my children nor my family. You can't do that. That's not fair. If it's about me and you, it's about me and you, especially when I haven't even engaged in that level like that. I haven't even engaged in, I don't even know this dude to even be calling me a homosexual. I don't know this dude at all, man. I don't even know them other dudes. But I've gotten all negative stuff due to the fact of this brother who's supposed to be some type of shepherd or hireling feed me over to the wolves instead of telling them brothers, hey, look, man. And I've never fed this brother over to the wolves. I have done nothing. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep this. Listen, I ain't no names been said. It's been brothers that then talked about this brother so bad, Divine, and I had this brother's back. I had his back. I was like, that's one of my favorite scholars. But when it comes to this Bible, Divine don't know this Bible. He can't exegete a passage to save his life. I'm just telling you that. When it comes to this Bible, the Bible is not the primary source for Divine. He is carnal. And y'all gonna see that later on. He cannot exegete a passage to save his life. His main thing is the scriptures is mainly proven by, it's mainly the historical content is basically the primary and not the Bible. When y'all know, on the contrary to a black Hebrew Israelite or to a believer in general, their primary is the Bible. They don't care what his history say. Hey, history say this, but look, this is what the Bible say. I'm riding with the Bible. That's his bottom line. I don't care what nobody say. I'm right. If it seems like I'm looking at this Bible and I know already that you don't have the answers to every equation on how this happened, I'm riding with the Bible. If you tell me that a snake spoke, right? I don't care how it happened, but some way, somehow, man was connected to what he had subject over, or what was subject unto him, and what he had dominion over. And whatever he had dominion over communicated to him. In other words, everything communicates. Everything communicates. And somehow, some way, that serpent, I don't care if you say it's mythological, whatever, however, it's a myth. Somehow, some way, that serpent or these animals was communicating unto man. Why? Because they should have, because everything is attached to each other and everything should communicate. And if it's not communicating, then something is wrong. Something has happened. That's the problem. We need to start to question, why are we not in sequence with what we have dominion over? Why don't we understand with what's surrounded by around us? We should understand. We should be able to communicate with nature and flow with nature. Maybe if we're not flowing with nature and we're not flowing with things this above supernatural, the supernatural means or physics, then it must be because we are separated from it. It should be no reason why we ought to be saying that we are deifying ourselves and we can't understand our own surroundings and our own realm. That's foolishness. If I'm not understanding something, that means somewhere down the line, a linkage or something has been severed for me not to understand what's going on in my surroundings. Something going on. So if you tell me that at one part of time that something spoke, somebody lacking some understanding. And it seems to be that man and every other creature knows certain things about themselves, but when it comes to man, they trying to study and trying to learn stuff about what's in their very own environment. Somebody is disconnected from the source. So when you're not connected to the source, it causes you to degenerate. It causes unstableness. You're just unstable. So if you're unstable and you're degenerating and you don't have a infinite source of power, you are going to break down. Everything must move together. It's like you're waving a wand and you're conducting the music. And when you're conducting that music, everybody must be in tune and in harmony. And if somebody is not in harmony, that means that somebody is playing off tune and they causing a ripple effect and causing everybody to play off tune. So if we ain't all speaking the same language, what happened? Why are we not speaking the same language? So if you tell me that at one part of time that this serpent had the ability to communicate with man, I'm believing that. I'm taking the Bible over there. Why? Because it should be no reason why we can't communicate what is around us. Everything communicates. And if everything was on the same pattern or same level, then we wouldn't be in the position we in now. See, the problem is communication. A lack of communication causes problems. So if you're not communicating the same language with the source, then eventually you're spiritually discerned. You can't understand the things or comprehend the things of the source. So therefore, because you lack understanding, you are going to be disconnected or not comprehend, and it's going to cause problems. Even with this situation, it's a lack of communication. Somebody is not communicating properly, so therefore, me and Divine Ron Prospect got a problem. We ain't saying the same thing. That's bottom line. We ain't saying the same thing. That's bottom line. So it is what it is, man. You know, I don't know what else to say to that. You know, I've basically responded as to how I should have responded, being really upset to it. I could have got to cursing everybody out and what's called, but hey, I said what I had to say. No hard feelings, you know. Give me 7 days. No, you know. I just don't understand for real. Like I say, I don't understand. So yeah, so I hope y'all understand me why I'm upset. You know, I don't think that anybody should talk about anybody's kids. If I would have heard anybody talk about anybody's kids, I would have done the same. I would have defended you guys to the fullest and spoke on it because I just don't feel that it's right. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. So I definitely have the right to be upset about it. You know, and I hopefully y'all can understand that. You know, like I say, I have brothers, this Hebrew Israelites that profess that, but hey, this has to be addressed because this is bad business. This is bad business. Bottom line. I don't know what they got going on upstairs, but there's a lot going on. Yeah, but yeah, you know, so with that being said, man, I just want to say, hopefully, hold on for a minute. Yeah, but let me get off of here, man, because the kids is acting up, and it's like when dad get home, everybody get to acting up. Everybody get to jumping around and tearing stuff up. So with that being said, peace and blessings to y'all. You know, I don't know when the next time I'll be able to get back on here because I definitely got to spend time with my family. I have not had no sleep since 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock yesterday. So I've been up since 10. I'm going to go upstairs, probably get 2 or 3 hours of sleep and spend time with my family, get up and probably take them bowling or something. And then tomorrow, probably try to get back on here and get some things together. But like I said, y'all know what it is. I'm not trying to really engage in no No, nothing with these brothers, man. For right now, I just need to get my mind straight, clear my mind, because these brothers got me to the max, to the max. Um, Peace and blessings to those people that are out there, and even with that, peace and blessings, to those brothers, man. Even the brother that said it, because he like he's an older guy. The guy look around but like he's in his look like he probably be early 40s. So it's just real shameful that he would even say something like that. And then I'm talking about this brother is up there. Matter of fact, let me let y'all listen to this brother. Matter of fact, let me let y'all hear this brother. He up there, he going in, man. Let me let y'all listen to this brother. This is weird. And then this dude right here, Astro Rams, he just as crazy as could be. I talked to this dude personally, and he gets in here and he doesn't deal with anything that has been said. But he says LaRon is beyond help at this, and understanding anything in spiritual alkalinity, litany, whatever. But yeah, he gets in here and he gets to talking really crazy. And he just nuts anyways. A lot of these guys be nuts, man. They be cuckoo for real. Man, they up here just they up here really fighting. I'm had to get up here, man, because this sister act like she don't know what's going on. Let me find this real quick. And then everything this brother do, like he do little slick stuff. Like he gonna try to change his profile picture like he hard or something. With his little black power shirt on. This dude a clown, man. I mean, if y'all brothers don't see through this brother, man, I don't know what else to say, man. I see right through this brother, man. I see right through him, man. Let me see something real quick. Watch this, what this clown did, man. We got some clowns in the Black Hebrew Israelite community. Where is it at? Y'all finna hear this, man. Y'all finna be like, this don't make no sense. This dude, Tyrus, whatever his name is. Watch this. Matter of fact, somebody removed the information. Let me see if I can look this dude up on YouTube. Tyrus. Let's see. Tyrus Barnes. That's what his name is. Look this dude up on YouTube. So y'all can hear this dude, man. This dude is this dude should be ashamed of himself. I'm talking about, man, this dude, you can look this dude up on his Tyrus Tyrus Barnes Ministries. You can straight look this dude up, man. And this dude is carrying on like this, man. Let's see what this dude got going on. Let's see what he got going on. Let's see how he speaks.
Infamous star Gavin Stone became a fixture of the party scene.
Yeah, in trouble? A little.
I'm talking about the dude got a little professional little thing going on and everything. He talking about people's kids.
I'm Brother Tyrus born, and just grateful to the Lord for the last 19 years. We've been doing ministry for the last 6 to 8 years. We've been full time in ministry. We've been pastoring for the last 2 years of the Fresh Fire Ministries. And what we're getting ready to do now, we're getting ready to launch out Tyrus Born's Ministries. And what that's going to allow me to do, that's going to allow me to have more creative control to do what I need to do to branch out in certain areas. But the Fresh Fire Fellowship will still be under the umbrella of Tyrus Born's Ministry. There was something that was happening in my life that was very significant. Back in 2004, after years of ministry, went to a stage of being burnt out, fatigue, or just, I guess, and during that period of time, I backslid from the ministry, from church. Got to the point in my life that, listen, don't want to see another Bible again. I don't want to preach again. I don't want to have anything to do with church again. But during that period of time, I got to know God in a different way. Because a lot of times you think, praise God. What I mean by this, I've learned that the love of God is unconditional, and I learned and I saw a side of God's mercy that I didn't see when I just had zeal. When you're going off, you first start out in ministry, you have a lot of zeal. You have a lot of zeal, but that zeal is not necessarily according to knowledge. But the Bible says that in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. So during that period of time that I backslid, about 6 to 8 months, I just saw another side of God. I saw the mercy of God. So when God restored me back in 2005, I made a vow to myself, made a vow to the Lord that first of all, I'm never going to walk away from God ever again. And number two, that I will be committed to help my fellow brother, whether it's inside the church or outside the church, because, as long as a man is breathing, he has purpose upon his life. So it's not where you're at, it's not where you're being, but it's where you're going. And I'm a firm believer you can't let what's behind you blind you. If you live in your past, you're going to forfeit your future. But you have to tell yourself, listen, sometimes in life, you can have big dreams of doing something great in God, being something great in business. You can have a dream of having this wonderful, cultivated marriage. But sometimes the dream turns into a nightmare, and your nightmare becomes your reality. So I try to teach people to embrace reality. This is my reality. This is what's taking place. This is where I'm at. But at the same time, don't allow where you're at to dictate or confuse you about where you're going. Because as long as you can keep your spirit in the future, you can have praise in the present. And so we're just trying to operate, trying to go outside the four walls of the church, because the Bible says that the harvest is ripe, but the labors are few. And in that particular passage of scripture, Jesus never tells us how the harvest going to look, where they're going to be at. All he said that the harvest is ripe, is ready, but the labors are few. And one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to be confined to the four walls of the church. And that does not mean I'm more noble than anyone else, but I think we're just confining ourselves to the four walls of the church, and that's a whole world out there, a whole generation that's waiting on someone to show them the love of God and also give them truth at the same time, but also knowing how to apply.
I mean, I'm talking about this brother got 8 minutes just going in talking his talk and just talked about my kids like that. What kind of stuff is that, man? I'm talking about this brother. This brother he looked almost just like Eddie Long.
As he sees himself. So as he sees
himself, like TD Jakes a little bit too.
So what does he do? He has compassion.
Look, this brother man. Look at this.
To show how great this man is.
Is this him again? Man, this brother straight got a whole congregation. This got to be this. That couldn't be him. That got to be the wrong dude right there.
So he takes this man and pour all the wine into this man.
I'm gonna go back to something else. That couldn't be that dude.
Mercy, because the Bible says about mercy and truth.
Is this him right here? Who is this? ain't him. That could.
So through our personal experiences and through the leading of the Holy Ghost, you know, who's trying to really impact this generation that's ahead of us. Now, for the last 2 years, I just kind of been incognito, just kind of been just hidden for two reasons. Sometimes when you're going through trials, you know, I'm a firm believer there's no off season in God. But as a leader,
let me look at this real quick. This could be this brother right here. Let me look at this. This couldn't be. This couldn't be real. This, hold on a minute. Nah, I ain't gonna believe. I mean, I heard this brother really on Facebook. Matter of fact, I know what I do. I look it up on Facebook. Let me see something. Here it is, right here. Oh, he blocked me. Yeah, so he blocked me, so the content cannot be revealed because he blocked me. That's why I can't look at the content, because he blocked me. Yeah, so unfortunately, that is that brother. If you look him up on YouTube, he speaks so excellent. You know, and this brother just he on the BS. What's this stuff right here? Yeah, the brother got a whole let's see what he's saying right here.
I'm Brother Tyrus Barnes. Welcome to the Fresh Fire broadcast, and we're gonna have a conversation for a few minutes. Eve took up the tree, gave her to her husband. All right, and after he ate, the Bible says his eyes came open, and they knew they was naked, and then they hid themselves. Now watch this. The Bible says that after they ate of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they hid themselves. All right, because that's one thing when you step outside the word, or one thing unbelief is gonna make you do. It's gonna make you evaluate yourself. It's gonna make you see your inability.
Right.
It's gonna make you see what you have.
Right.
It's gonna make you see your inefficiency. So
this brother got talent, so you would think like, why would this brother be doing the stuff that he is doing? The brother got the whole ministry up there too. Y'all should have seen him going in though. If you go type him in on Facebook, you can pull him up. And once you pull him up, he definitely going in. Yeah, man. So yeah, he definitely going in, but I don't understand these brothers, man. But it's all good. This brother talked about my kids really bad, really bad. You can go on my Facebook and check it out. He probably be talking about people's kids sitting at the house with his wife. Kid talking about the kids in the church, probably going in on it, especially if they get out of line at the church and get to crying and fussing and stuff, and he ain't right. Go ahead. Peace and bless to everybody out there. Forgive me, but hey, it is what it is, man. I had to vent and get some stuff on my mind today and really do some things. So peace, y'all.